I spent a lot of time with my grandparents when I was a kid, and I think in the work that I've been able to do and observing in indigenous societies, young children spend a lot of time with their grandparents. It's a very healthy thing, and they're able to learn. And one crop that was particularly fascinating to me were cucumbers that I could go out one day and see a little cucumber that was an inch long, and then the next day it was an inch and a half, and 2 days later it was 2 inches. And to a 5-year-old, that was pretty profound and sort of a statement about how nature works.
From the time I was very little, like 2, 3 years old, my sister and I spent a lot of our time out on the land in Montana, picking berries and seeing the wildflowers and just generally being outdoors. So as a kid, I would like make dandelion salad for my friends, much to their parents' horror. I made the conscious choice that I wanted to stay, not only live in British Columbia, but to work in British Columbia and devote my whatever time and energy and knowledge that I could. I think it's really, really important that we have that we develop knowledge and love of our home places wherever they are.
New York was a cultural mecca. In fact, there's a school in Queens where over 100 languages are spoken by the students. And part of that are the plants that come to the city, brought by the different people who live here. 80% of the world's population uses plants for some form of primary health care. There are a lot of reasons for that. The plants are locally available, they're inexpensive, they're culturally acceptable, and are often effective. So there's a strong tradition around the world of the use of medicinal plants for therapeutic purposes. Of that is held in the heads of older people. So one of the goals that we've had over the past 4+ decades is to document the uses of plants, not only as medicine, but as food and for construction materials and in rituals. And so it becomes sort of a powerful tool for supporting cultural memory. And as you know, the way you exterminate a people is to destroy their cultural memory. And the economic system is kind of designed to do that in some ways. You know, if people are not part of the global economic system, it tends to push them out.
Because of the residential school systems, many of the younger people, children and young teenagers were taken away from their families and were not allowed to speak their languages and lost a lot of the original teachings that their grandparents and even their parents had. They were tenders of their environments. They having what some people have called a light but lasting footprint on the land.
Indigenous peoples and local communities manage about 1/4 of all the lands on Earth. So I think part of the future is supporting indigenous cultures as they and local communities as they want to manage their own landscapes. And it's sustainable, more so than our systems.
And so there's been a resurgence of younger people coming on and relearning languages and relearning the philosophies and relearning the knowledge. We have to recognize how complex these problems are and just everybody work as closely as we can together, make as many allies and friends and influence as much as you can. I mean, we have to be optimistic. There's no way we can give up. We just have to keep working.
It's a race against time.